Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mike. I am the Bow Tie RN. I want to go ahead and get a quick video in the books. It's been, 4 days? 4 days, I think, since I've shaved, so it's going to be a little bit interesting. I figured I'd go ahead and use a straight razor. I'm actually going to do something that I've not done before, but I've always thought it might work for me. I haven't actually seen other guys do it, but I'm going to start with one razor and finish with another one as far as straight razors go. Speaking of straight razors, I'm going to be using the Gold Sector. This is a 6/8 hollow point, full hollow. Maybe even an extra hollow, I'm really not sure. But definitely a thinner blade. I'm gonna use that one for the first pass. And then I've got the Wade & Butcher. This one is a 5/8, and that is a near wedge, or as close to a wedge as you can actually do without being a completely triangle blade and wearing down the sides of the blades whenever you hone it. All right, as far as hardware, that's what I'm using. I've got PAA's Droid Black today. Got that whipped up in my standard bowl. I got the Rodak bowl, but I'm using my Rodak bowl. And then I've got my Omega Professional. If you've used the PAA soaps before, you know they take quite a bit of water and they can handle a lot. So it took me a while to get this one whipped up. I used a little bit too much soap in the beginning, so a lot of soap in there. I actually ended up throwing some away, which is a shame, but I did just take a shower, but I want to go ahead and get that face just a little bit wet, especially with this much stubble. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I have not done a straight razor with this much stubble before, so. And that's why I'm going with the hollow or the extra hollow. They tend to be better for me after going 2 or 3 days. But I like the comfort and the maneuverability of the wedge, especially in the 5/8 size. I don't have a 4/8, so I really can't compare that. But the slightly smaller blade with the wedge geometry seems a little bit stiffer. I seem to get a better shave on days 2, 3, 4, and 5 during the week. So I figured I'd go ahead and start with a hollow and then finish with a wedge, all on the same day. All right, got that lathered up. It might be a little bit dry, kind of feeling like it might be, but we'll go with it. Like I said, this is the KNS. This one is, actually, you can probably kind of read it, for barber's use, professional grade. Not professional grade. For barber's use, high teacher's class. So, not 100% sure what that means. I just know that I like it. Get that damp real quick. I still am not good enough to shave in the viewfinder for the actual phone, so I will be using my front mirror. Been going through that pretty easy. Normally I go ahead and finish down onto the neck with the first pass, but that's a lot of whiskers. I want to go ahead and get those rinsed off. A little bit of shaping, see how that ends up. So I'm a little bit over a year in with using straight razors. I'm actually finding them, I kind of wish I would have started with straight razors as far as going back to the traditional shaving, because I'm going to say it out loud, probably shouldn't. But I end up having more comfortable shaves with less nicks. when I use a straight blade. Either one, the DE blades, I still like them. I still use them quite a bit. I do like the gem blades. As well as the injector and the Artist Club single edge. My favorite still though is, right now at least, is the straight blades. I'll go ahead and rinse that off and put that one away, or at least put it down underneath the camera. You just saw the bajillion there, sorry about that. I'll go ahead and use my Wade & Butcher for the next passes. A little bit damp. Feels good. Looks like I got a pretty close shave. Might have messed up my shaping a little bit, but that's okay. I got the Phillips Norelco 1 blade. And after everything's dry, I can go ahead and try and get the shaping a little bit better on the goatee. Really, really like this soap. It's right up my alley. As much as I know a lot of people like the barbershops, I'm not a huge fan of the barbershop scents. I prefer the more cologne-based. I don't think I have any of the Fougères, unless you consider like the blood orange as a Fougère. I really don't know. I don't know the true definition of what it means. But I do like those two. I kind of stick to the more unique scents, and I do like the, like I said, the cologne-based. My first one that was cologne-based was the Magique. That one I really like. All right, going in with the Wade & Butcher. Got the Wade & Butcher right there on the side. All right. Oh, look like I got my ear. That's one of the problems with the other one. It's got the square point on it. I have got in my ear a couple times with that. This being a wedge, you're not going to get near the feedback you would with the hollow and the extra hollow. Definitely doesn't sing. See, I knew I should have talked about nicking myself. I got myself there too. I mentioned before I'm a nurse, as you know, evident by the bow tie end, but I identify as an ER nurse, so of all the nurses, I think we're the most superstitious, so I jinxed myself by saying I don't cut myself near as much with the straights, but that's okay. It'll clean up real easy. Cold water will probably just close that up right away. All right, get ready for that third pass. Doesn't feel like I really need it, but I've got plenty of soap left. And like I said before, I probably over lathered just because I like the scent. I like the smell, I like the lathering. Feels nice on the face. Especially with this brush, it's super, super soft. Once it was broken in, as far as softness, it's probably one of my favorites. It's the Omega Professional. I don't soak them in water ahead of time. I know a lot of people say to soak it in warm water or soak it in water before you shave. And I find that actually, at least for me, it takes so much of the backbone out of the fibers that it's just too floppy of a brush to use. And I don't enjoy it. All right, that was just my wife checking on me. She thought I got lost in the bathroom real quick. I didn't tell her I was doing a video today, so she's used to me not doing them. That's what happens when you have a wife that cares about you. She comes and checks on you. I know Barber Dave is probably cringing at the idea of going for so many days without shaving. But I had a long weekend. I worked from home on Friday, so I didn't have to log in and be on camera, so I didn't bother shaving then. I figured I'd just take a chance. I like to give it a little bit of extra time to grow. It seems like if I do that, then my first shave back after, even 2 or 3 days, I get a much better shave. A little bit of final cleanup. My hair grows down and then out, so it's kind of a weird one. It makes cleanup a little bit more difficult. A little bit of flat blading. This is my worst spot for having little hangovers from me shaving, so I like to go ahead and do that. Thank goodness I took everyone's advice in the very beginning and learned to shave two-handed. It really does make it a lot easier, especially for the cleanup, because I'm just not quite dexterous enough to get in all the angles with just the one hand. I know some people out there can shave completely with just the one hand, but I'm not there. All right, get this rinsed off real quick. With just water, it feels really good. Nice and smooth. We'll go ahead and grab the alum block. No stings, not even on my ear where I clipped my ear a little bit. Got it right there. And like I said, I got it with the square point on that first razor. All right. Feels good, super smooth. I'll let that sit there for another 30-45 seconds as it dries up, and then I'll rinse it off. But it's an evening shave, so I don't generally do my aftershaves in the evenings. Sometimes I do if I'm going to be doing something or staying up a little bit later, but I'll be doing the aftershave first thing in the morning. I'll go ahead and use probably my my Harry's post-shave balm. Yes, it's from Target, but it does a good job for me. It feels really nice on the face. All right, any questions, any comments, go ahead and put them in the comment section. I think I might stick with the idea of starting with a hollow and then ending with a wedge on days when I have a little bit more hair. It seems to work for me. But again, your mileage may vary. It's up to you. It's your face. It's your rules. So if you have any questions, like I said, put them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Other than that, have a great week and great shaves.